Ladies and gentlemen, purpose. The word itself carries weight. It's what wakes you up in the morning, and it's what keeps you going when the nights get long and the road gets hard. Purpose isn't about what you want, it's about what you're willing to endure for what you believe. If you don't have a purpose, life will give you one. And trust me, you don't want life deciding for you. Purpose is the engine that drives every meaningful pursuit in life. It's more than just a goal or a dream. It's the core reason why you strive, why you endure, and why you get back up after every fall. Without purpose, even the greatest victories can feel hollow, and the smallest setbacks can seem insurmountable. Purpose gives life meaning. It gives your actions weight. It transforms ordinary moments into extraordinary stepping stones towards something far greater than yourself. Imagine a ship without a destination. It drifts aimlessly at the mercy of the winds and waves. That's how life feels without purpose. You wake up, go through the motions, and repeat the cycle, but there's no sense of fulfillment. Purpose changes that. It's your compass, your North Star. It gives you direction and makes every effort, every struggle worthwhile because you're moving towards something significant. Purpose isn't something you stumble upon accidentally. It's something you discover through self-reflection, trial and error, and sometimes even through pain. It often reveals itself when you least expect it, during moments of clarity, challenge, or stillness. But when you find it, you feel it in your bones. It's not just a thought or an idea, it's a fire in your soul that refuses to be extinguished. It pushes you to do what you never thought possible and to go farther than you ever imagined. What makes purpose so powerful is its ability to transform your perspective. Suddenly, the obstacles that once seemed insurmountable become challenges you're willing to tackle head on. The failures that once defeated you become lessons you're eager to learn. Purpose gives you resilience, the kind that can't be taught but can only be forged in the fires of persistence. It's the reason why some people seem unstoppable, not because they never face difficulties, but because their purpose fuels them to keep moving forward no matter what. Purpose isn't about chasing success for its own sake. Success without purpose is like a meal without flavor, empty and unsatisfying. It's not about what you achieve, it's about why you achieve it. It's not about how much money you make or how many accolades you earn. It's about the impact you create and the legacy you leave behind. Purpose shifts your focus from yourself to something greater, whether it's your family, your community, or a cause you deeply believe in. Finding your purpose can be a daunting task, especially in a world that's constantly pulling you in different directions. Distractions are everywhere, and it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. But the search is worth it because purpose gives your life coherence. It ties your actions together and turns them into a story worth telling. Every decision, every effort, every sacrifice gains significance when it's aligned with your purpose. Living with purpose doesn't mean every day will be easy. In fact, some of the most purpose-driven lives are filled with challenges and hardships. But the difference is this: when you live with purpose, those hardships have meaning. They're not just struggles, they're stepping stones. They're not just obstacles, they're opportunities to grow stronger and wiser. Purpose gives you the strength to persevere when giving up would be easier. Purpose isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. It's the foundation upon which a fulfilling life is built. Without it, you're just existing. With it, you're truly living. It's the reason you wake up in the morning with a sense of excitement, knowing that what you're doing matters. It's the reason you push through the tough times, knowing that the reward is worth the struggle. When you live with purpose, you inspire others to do the same. Your actions become a beacon of hope, a source of motivation. Purpose is contagious. When people see you living a life of meaning, they're encouraged to seek their own. That's the beauty of purpose. It's not just about you. It's about the ripple effect you create, the lives you touch, and the legacy you leave behind. Purpose is powerful, it's transformational, and it's waiting for you to embrace it. All you have to do is start looking. Dreaming big is where all greatness begins. Every innovation, every monumental achievement, every life-changing moment starts as a spark of imagination. Dreams are the seeds of potential, the visions of what could be. They allow you to break free from the constraints of your current reality and see a world where limits don't exist. Dreaming big isn't about being unrealistic, it's about refusing to settle for mediocrity. It's about daring to envision a future so extraordinary that it scares you, because if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. But dreaming big alone isn't enough. A dream without action is just a wish, a fleeting thought that dissipates as quickly as it arrives. The difference between those who dream and those who achieve is the willingness to do the work. Also the hustle, the grind, the relentless pursuit of turning a vision into reality. This is where the true magic happens, not in the dreaming, but in the working. The work isn't glamorous. It's often messy, exhausting, and filled with setbacks. There will be days when the dream feels impossibly far away and quitting seems like the easier choice. But this is where dreaming big requires working bigger. The bigger the dream, the greater the effort needed to achieve it. It's not enough to show up when you feel motivated or inspired. You have to show up every single day, even when you don't feel like it. Especially when you don't feel like it. The process of chasing a big dream is transformative. It's not just about achieving the goal, it's about who you become along the way. The discipline you develop, the resilience you build, the skills you sharpen. Each step you take, each obstacle you overcome, shapes you into a stronger, wiser version of yourself. The dream may be the destination, but the journey is where the growth happens. One of the hardest truths to accept is that no one will care about your dream as much as you do. It's your responsibility to protect it, nurture it, and fight for it. There will be doubters, people who can't see your vision, who will tell you it's impossible, who will try to pull you back into the comfort of the ordinary. But their disbelief isn't a reflection of your capabilities, it's a reflection of their own limitations. Don't let their small thinking shrink your big dreams. When you commit to working bigger, you start to realize that progress doesn't happen in leaps and bounds, it happens in small, consistent steps. It's not about having one massive breakthrough, it's about showing up day after day and putting in the effort, no matter how mundane or repetitive it feels. Success is built in the quiet moments when no one is watching. It's in the hours spent practicing, learning, and refining your craft. Working bigger also means being willing to fail, and to fail often. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's a stepping stone toward it. Every failure teaches you something valuable. It reveals your weaknesses, sharpens your strategies, and strengthens your resolve. The more you fail, the closer you get to success, as long as you're willing to learn from those failures and keep going. Dreaming big and working bigger requires sacrifice. It means giving up comfort for growth, leisure for progress, and sometimes even relationships that don't align with your vision. But these sacrifices are worth it because they bring you closer to a life that's not just lived, but fully realized. The satisfaction of achieving a big dream far outweighs the temporary discomfort of the sacrifices you make along the way. Remember, dreams are free, but the hustle has a cost. Not everyone is willing to pay it, but for those who are, the rewards are immeasurable. It's not just about reaching the dream, it's about proving to yourself that you are capable of achieving something extraordinary. That's the true power of dreaming big and working bigger. It changes not only your circumstances, but also your belief in what's possible. So dream big, but don't stop there. Work bigger. Because the life you've always imagined is waiting for you, not in the dream itself, but in the effort you're willing to put in to make it real. Setbacks are an inevitable part of life. No matter how carefully you plan, how hard you work, or how much you prepare, there will be moments when things don't go as expected. But setbacks are not the end of the road, they are simply detours. They test your resolve, challenge your perspective, and provide opportunities to grow in ways success never could. Turning setbacks into stepping stones is a mindset, a decision to see failure not as a stopping point, but as a springboard to something greater. When a setback hits, the first reaction is often frustration or despair. It's easy to get caught up in the moment, feeling like all your efforts were for nothing. But setbacks are rarely as final as they seem. In fact, they often carry lessons that are invaluable for future success. The key is to step back, breathe, and look for the opportunity hidden within the obstacle. What went wrong? What can you learn from this? How can this experience make you stronger, smarter, or better prepared? Every setback contains a seed of growth if you're willing to look for it. It's also important to remember that setbacks are not personal. They don't define your worth or your potential. Everyone from the most successful leaders to the greatest innovators has faced failure at some point. What sets them apart is how they responded to it. They didn't let their setbacks break them, they used them as stepping stones to climb higher. They saw failure as feedback, a necessary part of the process, and kept moving forward. Turning setbacks into stepping stones requires resilience. Resilience is not about ignoring pain or pretending everything is fine. It's about acknowledging the difficulty while choosing to keep going. It's about building the mental and emotional strength to face adversity head-on without letting it derail you. Resilience grows every time you face a setback and choose to rise again. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Perspective is another crucial factor in transforming setbacks into stepping stones. Often, what feels like a failure in the moment turns out to be a blessing in disguise. The missed opportunity that leads to a better one. The rejection that redirects you to a path more aligned with your purpose. The delay that teaches you patience and perseverance. Shifting your perspective allows you to see the bigger picture, to trust that even setbacks have a role in your journey. Turning setbacks into stepping stones also means being willing to adapt. Sometimes, a setback is life's way of telling you to change course. It doesn't mean you failed, it means it's time to pivot. Flexibility and openness to change are essential. Clinging stubbornly to a plan that isn't working only leads to frustration. Instead, embrace the opportunity to reassess, reimagine, and move forward with a new approach. One of the most empowering aspects of overcoming setbacks is the confidence it builds. Every time you face a challenge and come out stronger, you prove to yourself that you are capable of handling adversity. That confidence becomes a foundation for future success. It reminds you that no matter what life throws at you, you have the strength, creativity, and determination to rise above it. Setbacks also teach humility. They remind you that you're not invincible, that growth is a continuous process, and that there's always more to learn. This humility keeps you grounded and open to feedback, which are essential traits for long-term success. It allows you to connect with others, to empathize with their struggles, and to inspire them with your resilience. Ultimately, setbacks are a test of your character. They reveal who you are when things aren't going your way. Will you give up, or will you dig deeper? Will you let failure define you, or will you define yourself by how you respond? Choosing to see setbacks as stepping stones is a powerful act of self-determination. It's a refusal to be defeated, a commitment to your growth, and a declaration that you are unstoppable. Setbacks are an inevitable part of life. No matter how carefully you plan, how hard you work, or how much you prepare, there will be moments when things don't go as expected. But setbacks are not the end of the road, they are simply detours. They test your resolve, challenge your perspective, and provide opportunities to grow in ways success never could. Turning setbacks into stepping stones is a mindset, a decision to see failure not as a stopping point, but as a springboard to something greater. When a setback hits, the first reaction is often frustration or despair. It's easy to get caught up in the moment, feeling like all your efforts were for nothing. But setbacks are rarely as final as they seem. In fact, they often carry lessons that are invaluable for future success. The key is to step back, breathe, and look for the opportunity hidden within the obstacle. What went wrong? What can you learn from this? How can this experience make you stronger, smarter, or better prepared? Every setback contains a seed of growth if you're willing to look for it. It's also important to remember that setbacks are not personal. They don't define your worth or your potential. Everyone, from the most successful leaders to the greatest innovators, has faced failure at some point. What sets them apart is how they responded to it. They didn't let their setbacks break them. They used them as stepping stones to climb higher. They saw failure as feedback, a necessary part of the process, and kept moving forward. Turning setbacks into stepping stones requires resilience. Resilience is not about ignoring pain or pretending everything is fine. It's about acknowledging the difficulty while choosing to keep going. It's about building the mental and emotional strength to face adversity head-on without letting it derail you. Resilience grows every time you face a setback and choose to rise again. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Perspective is another crucial factor in transforming setbacks into stepping stones. Often, what feels like a failure in the moment turns out to be a blessing in disguise. The missed opportunity that leads to a better one. The rejection that redirects you to a path more aligned with your purpose. The delay that teaches you patience and perseverance. Shifting your perspective allows you to see the bigger picture, to trust that even setbacks have a role in your journey. Turning setbacks into stepping stones also means being willing to adapt. Sometimes a setback is life's way of telling you to change course. It doesn't mean you failed, it means it's time to pivot. Flexibility and openness to change are essential. Clinging stubbornly to a plan that isn't working only leads to frustration. Instead, embrace the opportunity to reassess, reimagine, and move forward with a new approach. One of the most empowering aspects of overcoming setbacks is the confidence it builds. Every time you face a challenge and come out stronger, you prove to yourself that you are capable of handling adversity. That confidence becomes a foundation for future success. It reminds you that no matter what life throws at you, you have the strength, creativity, and determination to rise above it. Setbacks also teach humility. They remind you that you're not invincible, that growth is a continuous process, and that there's always more to learn. This humility keeps you grounded and open to feedback, which are essential traits for long-term success. It allows you to connect with others, to empathize with their struggles, and to inspire them with your resilience. Ultimately, setbacks are a test of your character. They reveal who you are when things aren't going your way. Will you give up or will you dig deeper? Will you let failure define you or will you define yourself by how you respond? Choosing to see setbacks as stepping stones is a powerful act of self-determination. It's a refusal to be defeated, a commitment to your growth, and a declaration that you are unstoppable. Setbacks may slow you down, but they don't have to stop you. They are temporary, but the strength and wisdom you gain from overcoming them are permanent. Each one is an opportunity to climb higher, to push further, and to become the person you were meant to be. So the next time you face a setback, don't see it as a barrier. See it as a step and take it. Discipline is the cornerstone of any meaningful achievement. While motivation can provide a spark, it is discipline that keeps the fire burning. Motivation is fleeting, it ebbs and flows depending on your mood, your circumstances, or the environment around you. Discipline, on the other hand, is steadfast. It is the unwavering commitment to doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. Discipline is what separates those who merely dream from those who achieve. The challenge with relying on motivation is that it is unpredictable. Some days you wake up inspired, ready to take on the world. Other days, the weight of responsibilities, doubts, or fatigue can make even the simplest tasks feel insurmountable. Discipline bridges the gap on those hard days. It ensures that you show up, that you take the next step, even when every part of you wants to quit. Discipline turns intentions into actions, and actions into results. Developing discipline starts with understanding its purpose. It's not about denying yourself pleasure or living a rigid, joyless life. Discipline is about creating structure and habits that align with your goals. It's about making decisions in the present that your future self will thank you for. It's choosing long-term growth over short-term gratification. Discipline empowers you to prioritize what truly matters over what feels easy or convenient in the moment. One of the most important aspects of discipline is consistency. It's not about perfection or grand gestures, it's about showing up day after day, no matter what. Small, consistent efforts compound over time to create significant results. Whether it's practicing a skill, building a career, or improving your health, the key is to keep going. Even when progress feels slow or invisible, the discipline to keep moving forward, even in the face of setbacks or plateaus, is what ultimately leads to success. Discipline also requires making tough choices. It often means saying no to distractions, temptations, or habits that don't serve your goals. It's easy to be pulled in different directions, especially in a world filled with constant noise and instant gratification. Discipline helps you stay focused, cutting through the clutter to prioritize what truly matters. It's not always easy, but the rewards are worth it. Every time you choose discipline over indulgence, you strengthen your resolve and bring yourself closer to your dreams. One of the most powerful benefits of discipline is the sense of control it gives you over your life. When you practice discipline, you take ownership of your choices and your outcomes. You're no longer at the mercy of external circumstances or fleeting emotions. You become the architect of your destiny, capable of shaping your life in alignment with your values and aspirations. Discipline gives you freedom to create a life of purpose, achievement, and fulfillment. Building discipline is not an overnight process. It's a skill, and like any skill, it requires practice. Start small. Focus on one habit at a time. Celebrate your progress, no matter how incremental it may seem. Over time, as you build a track record of consistency, your confidence will grow. You'll begin to trust yourself more, knowing that you have the discipline to follow through on your commitments. This self-trust becomes a powerful motivator, reinforcing your discipline and fueling your momentum. Discipline also teaches resilience. It helps you weather the storms of life, knowing that you have the strength to keep going. When things get tough, discipline is your anchor. It keeps you grounded, reminding you of your goals and the steps you need to take to achieve them. Even in the face of adversity, discipline ensures that you stay on course, inching closer to your dreams with every action you take. Perhaps the greatest gift of discipline is the sense of accomplishment it brings. When you look back at the goals you've achieved, the challenges you've overcome, and the progress you've made, there's a deep sense of pride that comes from knowing you earned it. Discipline is the foundation of that pride. It's the quiet, persistent effort that transforms potential into reality. In the end, discipline is not just a tool for success, it's a way of life. It's the commitment to being your best self, even when it's hard. It's the understanding that every choice you make shapes your future. And it's the belief that with enough discipline, there's nothing you can't achieve. So choose discipline, embrace it, and watch how it transforms your life. Courage is the bridge between fear and action, and it is one of the most powerful forces you can harness in life. Every great achievement, every significant leap forward begins with a moment of courage. It's the decision to step into the unknown, to face discomfort, and to take risks despite the fear that lingers in your mind. Courage isn't about the absence of fear, it's about choosing to move forward in spite of it. It's what separates those who dream from those who dare to make their dreams a reality. Fear is a natural part of life. It's an instinct designed to protect you from harm, to alert you to danger. But too often, fear becomes a barrier rather than a guide. It whispers doubts into your ear, convincing you that you're not ready, not good enough, or not capable. Courage is the voice that speaks louder than those doubts, telling you to take that first step anyway. It's the realization that fear isn't a stop sign, it's a signal that you're stepping outside your comfort zone, which is exactly where growth happens. Taking risks is inherently uncomfortable. There's no guarantee of success, and the possibility of failure is real. But without risk, there is no reward. Playing it safe may feel secure, but it often leads to stagnation. Courage is what propels you to take calculated risks, to bet on yourself and your vision, even when the odds seem daunting. It's the belief that even if you fail, you'll learn, grow, and come back stronger. Courage isn't always about grand gestures or dramatic actions. Sometimes it's found in the smallest moments, speaking up when it would be easier to stay silent, choosing authenticity over conformity, or making a difficult decision when the outcome is uncertain. These moments may seem insignificant in isolation, but they build upon one another, shaping your character and strengthening your resolve. Over time, they become the foundation of a courageous life. One of the most powerful aspects of courage is its ability to inspire others. When you have the courage to pursue your dreams, to stand up for what you believe in, or to face adversity with grace, you give others permission to do the same. Courage is contagious. It lights a fire in those around you, reminding them of their own potential and encouraging them to act on it. By being courageous, you create a ripple effect that extends far beyond yourself. Courage also requires vulnerability. To take risks, you must be willing to put yourself out there, to open yourself up to the possibility of failure, rejection, or criticism. Vulnerability is often seen as a weakness, but in reality, it is one of the greatest strengths you can possess. It takes immense courage to be vulnerable, to show the world who you truly are and what you truly want. And in doing so, you create deeper connections, richer experiences, and a more authentic life. Facing fear and taking risks doesn't mean recklessness. Courage is not about acting without thought or preparation. It's about making informed decisions, understanding the risks involved, and proceeding with a clear sense of purpose. It's about being brave, not impulsive. True courage balances boldness with wisdom, ensuring that your actions are aligned with your values and goals. The rewards of courage are profound. When you take risks and step outside your comfort zone, you discover new possibilities, unlock hidden potential, and achieve things you never thought possible. Each act of courage builds confidence, proving to yourself that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. Over time, this confidence becomes a self-sustaining force, empowering you to tackle even greater challenges. Faith is the foundation of perseverance, the belief that sustains you when the road ahead is unclear. It is the quiet conviction that no matter how difficult the journey may be, you are moving towards something meaningful. Faith is not just about belief in a higher power, though for many it is a source of strength. It is also about believing in yourself, in your abilities, and in the process of life. It is the trust that your efforts will bear fruit, even if the results are not immediately visible. Faith gives you the courage to keep going when everything around you seems to say, stop. Life is full of uncertainties, and no one is immune to setbacks, challenges, and doubts. In these moments, faith becomes your anchor. It reminds you that the challenges you face are not permanent, that they are part of a larger picture that you may not fully see right now. Faith gives you the strength to endure the storm, to keep putting one foot in front of the other, even when the path ahead is shrouded in darkness. It teaches you to trust the process, to have patience, and to believe that every step you take is bringing you closer to your goals. Having faith does not mean you will always have all the answers. In fact, it often means moving forward, despite not knowing what lies ahead. It's about embracing the uncertainty, understanding that some of the best outcomes come from situations you could never have planned. Faith allows you to let go of the need for control and to trust that the universe, or whatever guiding force you believe in, is working in your favor. It's the understanding that, while you may not always see the way, there is a way, and you are on it. Faith in yourself is equally important. It's easy to doubt your abilities when faced with challenges or when progress feels slow. But believing in yourself is a crucial element of success. Faith in your own capacity to learn, adapt, and overcome gives you the resilience to keep trying, even when things get tough. It silences the inner critic that says, you can't do this, and replaces it with a voice that says, you can and you will. This self-belief is what keeps you moving forward, even when external circumstances seem stacked against you. Faith also involves gratitude. It's about recognizing and appreciating the small victories along the way, even when the big goal still feels out of reach. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, from what isn't working to what is. It reminds you that progress is being made, even if it's not always visible. This mindset not only strengthens your faith, but also fuels your perseverance, giving you the motivation to keep going. One of the most powerful aspects of faith is its ability to inspire hope. Hope is the light that keeps you moving forward when the journey feels endless. It's the belief that no matter how difficult things are, better days are ahead. Faith and hope go hand in hand, creating a sense of purpose and direction even in the most challenging times. Together, they remind you that every effort you make, no matter how small, is part of a bigger picture. Faith also teaches humility. It reminds you that you don't have to have everything figured out, that it's okay to rely on something greater than yourself. This humility is freeing. It takes the pressure off needing to control every outcome and allows you to focus on what you can do in the present moment. It's the understanding that your role is to do the work and to trust that the rest will fall into place. Faith is not passive. It's not about waiting for things to happen, but about taking action with the belief that your efforts will lead to something meaningful. It's about showing up every day, doing the work, and trusting the process, even when you don't see immediate results. It's this combination of action and belief that creates momentum and propels you towards your goals. Ultimately, faith is a choice. It's a decision to trust in yourself, in the process, and in the journey. It's the understanding that every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to the life you're striving to create. Faith gives you the strength to persevere, the courage to face uncertainty, and the hope to keep moving forward. It is the quiet but powerful force that turns dreams into reality. In the journey of life, the path to greatness is rarely straightforward. It is marked by challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt that test your character and resolve. But within these trials lie the seeds of growth and transformation. Discipline, courage, faith, resilience, and the ability to turn adversity into opportunity are the tools that will carry you forward. They are the building blocks of a life lived with purpose and fulfillment. Discipline ensures that you stay the course, showing up every day even when motivation fades. Courage pushes you to face your fears and take risks that lead to new possibilities. Faith strengthens your belief in yourself in the process, reminding you that every step, no matter how small, has meaning. Resilience allows you to rise after every fall, while setbacks become stepping stones towards something greater. Your journey is yours to define. Embrace the challenges, trust the process, and never stop striving for your dreams. The world is waiting for your unique contribution, your light, and your impact. So step forward with confidence, with purpose, and with the unwavering belief that you are capable of extraordinary things. The best version of you is yet to come. You have the power to be that light, that voice, that change. So ask yourself, when it's all said and done, what will they say about you? The answer begins with the choices you make today. Thank you.